Black dissolves to a redwood building with 3 sliding barn doors. There are 2 large windows with white casing. A no parking sign sits in front of the left window. The National Park Service Arrowhead logo appears between text on screen that reads, Glen Haven Vignettes, Episode 2, Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore. A female ranger with white hair, dressed in a uniform and wide-brimmed hat, stands in front of a large taupe building. Text appears, Marie Scott, Park Ranger, Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore.
Hi, Marie Scott here, Interpretive Ranger, Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore, and we're in part 2 of touring the town of Glen Haven.
A map of Glen Haven.
We're in front of the inn, and there are a lot of interesting pieces about this inn, also known as a hotel. It had approximately 5 names, and it was built in 2 stages.
Marie stands at a different area outside the inn.
Alright, part of discovering the cultural history, the history of the area, is the fun part, and that's being a detective. When you look at the inn,
a photo of the modern-day inn.
Today, as it was redesigned in the 1920s, what differences do you see between what it looks like today?
A historic photo of the 2-story inn. It has a large, wrap-around porch and sits nestled amongst trees.
And what it did look like in the earlier part of the 19th century, the end of the 1800s.
Inside the inn, a sign reads Sleeping Bear Inn, erected 1857. Excellent meals, tourist rooms. A large room with old-style single-pane windows. The walls are painted white. Outside, a grassy area leads to Lake Michigan. Then, Marie stands next to the windows, inside the inn, holding a book.
As you might recall, I'd mentioned that there are different ages associated with this inn. And one of the early guesstimates of the age of the inn was probably not any earlier than the 1880s, excuse me.
A historic photo. Several cars are parked on a dirt road near the inn. Sleeping Bear Inn, Glen Haven 143 is written on the photo.
And that was based strictly on the outside appearance of the inn. Finally, we had some historic architects come in.
Another view of the large room. The floor and ceiling are made of hardwood.
That really wanted to investigate when the inn was built, or get a better idea of when it was built.
Text appears, established 1857.
And by taking the siding off and looking past the superficial,
a slat from the white siding is missing, exposing a natural wood wall.
They found underneath vertical plank construction. I think some people might call it balloon construction. Think of a barn. The boards are nailed up side by side. The insulation for this structure, this Frontier Hotel, is a narrower board nailed over the cracks. So there's your insulation, you're all set. Take a look at the windows. See how wavy they are? That's all part of helping us determine that, yeah, this is an old building.
A view of the kitchen. Paint peels from the walls and the ceiling. Metal bowls sit on tables. Plaster is missing from a section of the wall, exposing slats. Sunlight streams through the windows.
A lot of interesting stories are connected with the inn. And most of the stories are stories that I've got from people that visited the inn or are descendants of people that ran the inn or even owned the inn.
A black dial phone hangs on the wall. The fuse box. A historic photo of the old inn. A sign that reads, Dining room open to the public. Informal dining in a relaxing atmosphere. Pleasant sleeping rooms. Reasonable rates. Then, Marie in the kitchen.
One of those stories was from some kitchen help. And they said sometime during the 1950s, they believe is when it was, when they worked here in the kitchen, that the state of Michigan was requiring automatic dishwashing machines. They had always washed the dishes in the sink in the side room, but in order to comply and not get fined, they ordered an automatic dishwashing machine that they sent on the counter over here. They never hooked it up. Nothing in the law said they had to use it, just that they had one. All right, so that may have saved them some electricity from running the dishwashing machine. Other things that some of the hostesses or the waitresses talked about were serving salads.
A large bowl of lettuce, surrounded by smaller bowls of fruits and vegetables. A baked pie. A hand holds blueberries.
The inn was noted for salads, blueberry pancakes, blueberry pies, and the blueberries were collected locally from wild bushes.
A view of the kitchen through a round hole in the kitchen door dissolves to a graphic with the National Park Service arrowhead and the text, Glen Haven Vignettes, Episode 2, Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore.